So, I guess we should get going. Now, to be perfectly honest, I'm not a great WoW player. I have never actually gotten a WoW character up to level 90, but that's what I will hopefully be doing with this character in particular, and that should be interesting. I do have a full-time job, so I won't be able to play as much as some other players maybe can pull off. My job is fairly demanding, so that will take up the majority of my time, and plus I do have a small social life, so I may have uh, other engagements. And also I have a 3-year-old, about to be 4-year-old daughter from a previous marriage. I'm currently single, not that it really matters. But I have a daughter who spends a lot of time with me, so she takes priority over anything else in my life. Sorry, that's just the way it's got to be. Um, but I will try to keep this as consistent as I can, and hopefully, maybe shoot for putting out a video. mm, We'll say every 2 weeks, because I kind of feel the way my schedule goes and the way I normally feel. Every week may be a little much for me. But if I'm not releasing new videos, by all means check out my friend Lizzie Hellscream, and you may find me in her videos. So if you don't see me on here for a while, go check her out and you'll probably find me there. Now, some more information. I am using a little bit of a custom uh, user interface, which I downloaded from. I honestly can't remember where I downloaded it from. I believe it's called Curse. Uh, a lot of you WoW players out there, if you're watching this video, you'll probably know exactly what I'm talking about. It's pretty much one of the first ones I've found, and I enjoy it because I can pick and choose which add-ons I download and have at any given time. And it's fairly straightforward and easy to use. As far as recording goes, I'm using Fraps, which so far has been a fairly easy and straightforward recording system. And it was fairly cheap, unlike some other ones, which I'm sure are fairly good in their own rights. But I have a little bit of a budget for this kind of thing, so I went with the slightly less expensive one. And so far it's turning out to do pretty much everything I wanted it to and completely expected of it. So as long as I don't have any issues, I'll keep using it. The other stuff is, like I said before, I'm not a professional gamer, so if I make mistakes and get myself killed on the same enemy a couple of times, um, you know, my bad. Uh, I'm sure it will happen eventually, somehow, for some reason. But I'm going to try my best to play this class correctly. If any of you out there have played this class before and have any tips and suggestions on if you see me doing something wrong or uh, having kind of a messed up rotation or something like that when it comes to later on in the series, by all means leave some comments below, and I will definitely take it under advisement. I don't plan on doing any type of PvPing This is a PvE server, which for those who don't realize it or new to World of Warcraft, um, it is a player versus enemy, or sometimes, for some reason, also called player versus environment, which I don't know where that came from. I don't feel that's correct, but whatever. I have no idea why he has a pet bar. Paladins don't get pets. Sorry about that. I should have had all that set up beforehand. But anyway, where am I going? And why is she standing on a mailbox sign? Weird. Anyway, I completely lost my train of thought, which happens to me a lot. Right. I won't be doing much PvP. I may, on occasion, do battlegrounds or something like that, if nothing more than to just get some very useful items or reputation or experience, or just to have some fun. I will probably do some of the smaller dungeons if I can get people to do them with me. If not, then, well, we'll just skip over it. But that's pretty much what I plan on doing, taking this little pally all the way to level 90, which will probably take a little while, and try to have some fun all along the way. And be forewarned, I will probably ramble on about useless information quite a bit. It's kind of what I do. If you haven't picked up on that yet, you'll get used to it. But I will try to be slightly entertaining, I suppose. Otherwise, this channel will be all for nothing, pretty much. Which will be really, really sad. But, oh, Goblin Assassins. How scary. I will do my best. Right click on the store. Okay, cool. I have in the past played a Paladin. He was a Blood Elf Paladin. I still have him. And I got him all the way up to level 62, I believe it was. And I had a lot of fun with him. And he was a Retribution Pally, which is more of your damage per second type Pally. He was geared towards putting out as much damage as quickly as he possibly could. He had a little bit of survivability to him, but not all that great. I was able, for the most part, to solo enemies that were about 5 levels higher than I was at pretty much any given time. And I really enjoyed that about him. Unfortunately, what I've been told a couple of times by some friends of mine is, since I believe it was Cataclysm expansion, or one of the patches therein, they rechanged and retooled pretty much the leveling system, the perks, the talents, and all that, and made it a lot more streamlined as far as like how you get your spells and abilities and how you spend your talents and specializations. Because now you only get a talent point every 15 levels, and you get 3 choices every tier. So you kind of have to be a little bit more, I guess, thoughtful when you go to pick a talent, and really pick what would work best for your game style. Which, in a way, I understand what they were going for, and I kind of like it. But at the same time, I'm not real excited for it. because I loaded up my old Paladin and started playing and took on a enemy. I had to redo his talents and everything the best I could. I took on an enemy that I knew for a fact in the past I was able to solo myself, though it would take a minute. Um, yeah, this time around, completely got my butt handed to me. So I feel the survivability of the Paladin may have gone down quite a bit due to the retooling of how everything works, but it is what it is. There's not a lot we can do about it other than yell at them, but that only goes so far. Uh, Other than that, like I said, I got that Paladin up to level 62 or so and had a lot of fun with him, so I'm familiar with the Paladin class and kinda how it operates, but like I said, about twice now, not a pro gamer, so I'm sure I've made mistakes with that Paladin, and I will probably make mistakes with this Paladin. But I know at least that I will... What in the world? Close, go away. Who keeps sending that to me? And what did I get from that quest? Oh, I guess I got nothing. Okay, cool. Okay, seriously? Stop. I don't want to have to turn on the do not disturb crap, but I will. Oh my god. For the love of all that is holy. Go away. I'm not signing your stupid charter. Jesus. Sorry. I'm all for guilds. I'm all for starting your own guilds, if that's what you want to do. But if you send a stupid little message to me and I don't sign it, don't send it again. Because there's a reason behind it. I don't care. None of my characters really have ever belonged to guilds, but that's just kind of my thing. If I'm in a guild, it's probably because I am really good friends with the majority of that guild, and so I don't mind joining it. But just joining a guild of random people, not really my thing.